Check. All right, we're recording. Welcome to an honest conversation. I don't know what episode this is, but this is a solo episode. I haven't made one of these in a while. I'm currently in my room, shirtless, talking into a microphone. I gotta look like a schizophrenic, abusive husband. But man, life's been going good, man. Life's been going good. It's currently today. It's the second day after Christmas. It's the 27th. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm trying to cut back on my drinking. It's gonna be my third day without drinks. I'm trying to cut back, man. I'm trying to go to 5 days, at least Fridays. I'm just trying to, wait till Fridays. Because before, within the last, I want to say 4 months, I've been drinking almost every day, and I'm 20 years old. You can't be drinking every day when you're 20. Next month, I'm going to be 21. So I'm just trying to, challenge myself, I'm not going to go completely cold turkey. Not yet, at least, I still got, 21, and I can burn all my bridges, and then from there, I'll probably start hitting the meetings. But for right now, I'm just trying to, cut back a lot, Trying to trim down some fat. I haven't gotten fat that bad. I actually got fat a couple months ago, and then I lost that weight by cardio and working out every day. I was also getting drunk and just Uber Eats and McDonald's at 2 a.m. Not every day, but almost every day. And after a while, those Big Macs start to add up, man. But Big Macs when you're drunk are just so good. Fast food when you're fucked up, it's the best. And I think that's the only time you should eat fast food, fast food's good. Don't get me wrong. You just can't have it every day. Same thing with drinking. Drinking's fun. You just shouldn't do it every day. I know that's not a fucking a new wave of thinking, but I don't know. I'm starting to realize that now in my older age of 20 years old. But yeah, man, I'm actually just trying to quit drinking because I fucked up with this chick I was talking to. I think I overly drunk texted her, and now I think she just thinks I'm a desperate drunk. And, that's the worst. So I'm pretty sure I won't get her back, but I realized, okay, maybe for future endeavors, I shouldn't drink this much, man. But yeah, man, life's been going good. I was going to actually release one of these with another comedian named Jordan Savai before he moved to San Antonio. And I lost, well, first off, I had the footage edited. I had the video edited. And then I forgot to hit save on my pirated version on Premiere. I don't know why I just admitted that. Fuck it. They get me. God damn it. What expired? I never had a mic. Fucking dumb computer. Ruining my podcast. But anyway, I had one of these recorded months ago. And then I forgot to hit save and all the editing got undone. And then I was like, all right, I'll get to it. And I got distracted playing the Arkham games. And then I just never made another episode. And then I restarted my computer and lost all the fucking footage. So, sorry, Jordan. My bad. He's Asian. So, by the way, stop Asian hate. But yeah, man, I haven't recorded these in a while. I went on the road. So, let me catch you up. I went on the road. And I filmed it all, and I was going to make a documentary about being young and being on the road. And then I was like, yeah, that's gay. I'll just save it for myself, And that's what I've been doing lately. All my video clips, if I do stand-up, I just upload it to Instagram and my stories as a highlight. But I don't even make reels of it, so it's just fucking useless. The only people who are seeing it are other comedians and then friends from high school who probably forgot about me. And so it's really just for me, my own, narcissism. Because that's really what I am at the end of the day is I'm a fucking narcissist. And it's that's not really a revelation. A bunch of comedians will be like, oh, I'm just a narcissist at heart. And then they say that so they can get away with being a narcissist. And it's well, I don't think that changes the case. It's when someone says, I'm an asshole, but I'm aware that I'm an asshole. So that makes me less of an asshole. It's well, you still called that guy the N-word at 7-Eleven the other day. I don't know. It's just because you're self-aware about something doesn't necessarily mean you're a good person. I'm pretty sure if Hitler was oh, maybe I shouldn't kill the Jews, and he still did it. And it was maybe killing Jews is bad. Oh, well, and he still killed that 6 million. That wouldn't make him that wouldn't make him more of a better person because he had that self-realization, But I don't know. I've just had a lot of time to think. I've had like the last couple, because like I do landscaping as my real job. You know, stand-up's more of like my hobby job. It's the job I aspire to be doing full time, but because I live in a city where that really doesn't allow that to happen, my real job's landscaping, and that's slowed down a lot with the winter coming in. When the winter comes in, there's not a lot of jobs to be done. So I just had the last couple weeks off to fucking get drunk. So I haven't made any money. All the money I have, like the most money I made recently was from Christmas money, so I have to save that. I've been going on Indeed to look for a job, and that's not going pretty well. Wow, this podcast took a turn. It's just the fucking, and I'll just call this one unemployment hours or some shit. I don't know. But I'm trying to grow, man. I'm trying to cut back on the drinking. That's why I decided to make this podcast, because it had nothing to do. Like, I'm going to go out to lunch with a friend later, who I usually make these podcasts with anyway, but I really want to make this solo episode. Because, like, last night I was laying in bed, and I was like, wow, I'm a fucking loser. The open mics are, like, starting to, it's at that time of the season where open mics go down. I haven't had a job, so I've just been cleaning the fucking house, like, religiously. And, like, and I'm starting to get tired of that, because it's like, what do you do? What'd you do? I cleaned. And it's like, you just sound like you're crazy. It's like, I've been cleaning the same areas every week for at least the last 2 weeks, and it's like I'm starting to realize like this is what a crazy person does. You just keep doing it, and there's no results because it's gonna get dirty anyway. Because my family and I were a bunch of alcoholics, so when everyone in your house is an alcoholic, it's gonna be hard to keep the house clean. Someone's gonna spill a beer, someone's gonna punch someone. There's gonna be blood on the kitchen counter. You know, the dog. Someone might trip over the dog. Now the dog's dead. You have to clean that up because we're drunk. We couldn't even pick it up and bury it while we were drunk because we're completely inebriated. So now it's been 3 days because we just kind of, the dog's old, so it just kind of sleeps there anyway. It already looks like it's dead until one of us just like went to go give it a drunk hug and realized, shit, it's stiff. It's dead. So then that's when we bury it, and all the dead gunk is all over the floor. And that's more of stuff to clean, you know? But I don't know. This is the solo pod. This is what happens when you do stuff solo. You just start going into your head about stuff. You know, like, I don't know. Like, I just started watching a show. Like, I try to, like, watch shows, like, so I don't get in my head. I really should be writing. I actually wrote a couple new jokes I'm excited to try out on Friday if that open mic doesn't get canceled. But I wrote some new jokes, and I'm not really sure how I feel about them. Like, I accomplished my goals for stand-up for the year. I'm not going to say what they are because it's just going to sound like I'm bragging. It's like, I did this and I did that. And, well, I accomplished them, and I'm happy for myself. One of them was I was writing a good solid 10 minutes, and that took me 2 years to do. So it really shows you how long of the process this fucking game is if you really want to be good at it. Anyone can write like a 10 minutes of what I've realized. Taking a vape break. I got to buy a new vape today. I'm not even old enough to buy a vape, so I'm going to ask my friend who's 21 if he can buy me a vape before we get lunch. And, you know, I think that's what sucks. A lot of kids, like, when they're, like, a teenager, they look forward to being 21. But really, here's what being 21 is, because I'm the youngest one in my friend group. There used to be another young one in my friend group who's younger than me, but he kind of just became this crazy cunt, so we don't talk to him no more. And I'm not saying that to bash the guy. Like, he literally lost his mind, and you say that you feel bad for him, but you just start becoming, like, an asshole. So it's like, it kind of makes you, like, not feel sympathy for like the mentally ill. And that sounds terrible to say, but it's like, it's the truth. It's like, yeah, some people are depressed and you feel bad for them, but some people just go, it's like, you ever see like a homeless guy, like a racist, schizophrenic homeless guy just spewing shit out? It's like, he's mentally ill. And then he looks at you and he says, nice tits, fatty. And you're like, you know what? I hope he dies. You know, so it's like, it's hard to feel bad for people like that. And that's just human instinct, you know? But anyway, like when you turn 21, like kids look forward to being 21, but reality is that when you turn 21, all you are now is you're grocery shopping alcohol and nicotine for your younger friends who can't get it legally yet, and that's really all you are, is you're a pawn in another addict's game, you know? Because I'm pretty sure luckily I don't have a car, so I can't really do that, so I can just walk and buy myself my shit, but I feel bad for my friends who I've used to do that, because then I'm worried like this is going to ruin a friendship because I'm just looking at them. I'm worried that they're just going to see me as using them, which technically I am, but I also enjoy hanging out with them. I enjoy them buying me stuff to get me inebriated, and then I enjoy hanging out with them more because I'm inebriated, which again is I don't really know what to call that, just being a cunt. But yeah, I'm actually in a good mood today because I actually got a lot of stuff done. I actually woke up early. I woke up at 7 today. When I was working, I used to wake up at 5, but I fucked up my sleep schedule because I haven't gotten a job. So I've been waking up like at 12 every fucking day, and I've tried to fix that today because I was like, God damn, I'm a loser. So I decided to wake up at, what time did I wake up today? I woke up at 7. I did my laundry. I did the dishes. I cleaned my restroom. I worked out for an hour. I do work out every day. I'll say that. That's the only good habit I have is I work out every day. Even if I'm hungover, I'll work out every day. Sometimes I'll take one day off for the week, but then it's back to working out. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself, and now I'm doing this. So my goals are pretty much set for the day. But yeah, I haven't made one of these in a while, and I think this is like a video. I think if I'm just gonna make these solo pods, because I made one a while back. I made a solo episode a while back, but I actually had like the decency to film it. I don't think I'm gonna film these. I don't see the point. But that one was just kind of depressing. I was going through a breakup at the time, and I was just in this weird mental state. I was like, I'll just make something to get me out of this funk. But I didn't like that one that much, and this one's more of me like in a good mood, you know? Like I'm not like in the best mood, but like when I was doing that one, I was just like, everything's gay. I want to kill myself. And then now I'm just like, fuck it, you know? It's kind of weird about breakups, you know? Like they tarnish you. Actually, I really don't know much about breakups. I'm just not going to talk about it. I don't want to be one of those guys on podcasts who like talk about relationships all the time. I noticed that's where a lot of media is going now. It's just dudes like, this is why you should never trust a woman. And it's like, don't get me wrong. I mean, some of the stuff they say in there makes sense, but the fact that they're so religious about it and this is all they talk about, it's just like, all right, dude, like, do you have, like, is it all this, like, I feel like that's all people think about now is their dick. And, like, I'm not saying I'm no exception. I have fucking Tinder. And all, like, Tinder is, it's an app, like, where you're just swiping right on people based on who you want to fuck. You know, and that's funny to me. And I keep thinking to myself, though, like, the only thing about Tinder is that when I'm on it, there's just one part of my head where it's just like, if slavery still existed, I feel like an app like Tinder would be how we picked our slaves. And I feel like that's going to be the most offensive thing I say on this. Well, I'm not sure what else I said. But I feel like it would be. Like, they'd probably just call it, like, pickablack.com or some shit. I don't know. You know? Like, I don't know. I do think that, you know? But what else is going on, dude? What else is going on? I had a decent Christmas. When you get older, you don't really... It's kind of funny, like, as I gotten older, like, I think ever since I've turned, like, 12, I stopped looking forward to the holidays. You know, like, when I was younger, I used to love Christmas. Christmas took forever to come. And then I turned 12, and then all of a sudden... Like, I found out Santa wasn't real when I was, like, 6 years old. And then after that, I was still excited because, you know, presents and stuff, you know. Like, I never grew up poor. We weren't rich, but we weren't poor, you know what I mean? So I grew up decent. So, you know, presents were cool. And then as I turned 12, it's just like my parents were just like, all right, you got to start growing up. And then so I stopped looking forward to presents and stuff like that. And then now it just seems like the holidays mean nothing, you know, like... It's cool to see, like, the younger kids get happy about them, but as you get older, you're like, yeah, you're just kind of pissed off at them for being happy. It's like one day you'll lose this joy, and you'll realize the bleakness that life is. But you can't tell a kid that, because then you'll just be a fucking cunt. Like, you would be the second worst person to have at the Christmas party, and the first one would be the family pedophile. The second one would be you, who's just Mr. No Fun. And then the third one would be the racist uncle who goes into conspiracy theories. You know, everyone knows that stereotype. I don't really think that's true. You know, mostly because, like, I guess that's my dad, but my dad knows how to, like, shut up. Especially, like, when he gets drunk. Like, a lot of people say, like, oh, the uncle gets drunk, he starts raging off about conspiracy theories. No, my dad will be sober and he'll start raging off against the government. Then he'll get drunk and he'll be like, fuck it. He's a happy drunk, you know. I'm not sure how long I'm going to make this podcast. I'm just going to aim for 30 minutes. I'll aim for 30 minutes of this podcast. Maybe I could get some bits out of this. That's what I'm going to look at these things for. I'm going to try to start making these weekly. But I don't know, man. I don't know. What else has been going on, though? That's going to be maybe I'll just call this podcast What Else Has Been Going On. What else has been going on, though? Nothing really. Like, it's kind of been the same. And it's been like 4 months. I think the last one at time I made one of these was back in March, and it's currently December. So it's been a minute. It's been, I don't know. I'm too lazy to count. I'm debating going back to school, but I don't know what I want to go back to school for. I need to go back to doing graphic design because I think I could see stuff benefiting me in that aspect. I used to be really good in graphic design when I was younger, like when I was like 16 to 17. I took classes for it and all that at my high school, and I was pretty decent at it. But I actually wanted to pursue that as a career, and then I saw the pay. And when I saw the pay in it, well, the thing is, I wasn't that mad at the pay because I was like, well, I don't think I'm ever gonna have a family. And I mean, if I have a wife, I guess she'll have some money and we can just split. I don't fucking know. And I was like, all right, that's not bad. But then my dad's always been one of those people where it's all like, you have to have a job that pays a lot of money. Because he thinks, and I can't blame him for that. Like, I'm not going to blame him for his, like, I guess that's an old school way of thinking. Because you want to get a job that pays a lot of money so you can support your kids and all that. And also, especially now with the economy being in inflation and all that. Joe Biden's, because we live in Joe Biden's America. In Joe Biden's America, everything's expensive. But, like, I guess he thinks it's like, if you want to have a family and support them, you have a job that pays a lot of money. But I don't really ever plan on having kids. And it's like, also, it's like you have to find someone who wants to have that lifestyle too. In my generation, I come from Gen Z, and a lot of people say they don't want to have kids now. And the ones that do end up having kids were the whores, or just the couples that were dumb at fucking in high school, and then they had a family. I shouldn't say that because I have friends that had kids at a young age, but it's like, so a lot of people don't really, what I've seen is a lot of people don't plan on having families, and it just kind of is forced on them, And I mean, kudos to them. They seem happy. I'm sure they have their struggles and all that, but I really don't see myself having kids because all the women I've been with, which is about, 5, they've always said that, and I've always worn a condom. I'm always pretty good, and I've never had a condom break on me. I always make sure to buy the good, expensive condoms. Like you shouldn't cheap out when it comes to condoms. That's like the only sex item I own is condoms, but they're pretty good. I get the Trojans. I've always read good reviews, and I never get the skins. I always get like the layered up ones, the hefty bag versions, like. And even when I do, it's like I never even every time I have sex, I'm drunk. So it's like I never finish. I've never finished like during sex, and that's embarrassing to say. Maybe once or twice I've finished, but I think that was like sober. And most of the time it's like the girl's sober and I'm drunk. So I think most of the times I've had sex, it's just rape. I think I've been raped 5 times, which is kind of makes me wonder what the fuck happened. But I'm not even sure if I feel comfortable. I'll leave it in. Fuck it. I don't think anyone's going to listen to this. I'm not going to share this anywhere either. I'll just make it like, if someone clicks on my channel that hasn't seen in a while, like, he's uploading. What's he been uploading? They see this. It's like, he was raped? What? Yeah, I think I'll do it like that. But, I don't know, man. Stand-up's been going good, though. I haven't written, like, a decent news. I have one joke I am working on about my dog. And, like, I don't even like it that much. I'm trying to write cleaner. Because where I live in, the only place you're guaranteed success is our local comedy club, and they have a rule, or you have to write clean. Or they want the owner wants you to be clean, and that's the only way you can really stay there, And you're really the only job you get is a hosting position. So I have to get good at being clean and hosting. And my comedy's not really host material, so I got to work on my hosting skills. And I hate hosting. A lot of people say they like hosting. I fucking hate hosting. Like, if you're hosting at a comedy club, yeah, that's great. Because people are coming there to see comedy, so I'm assuming it's easier. But when all the places, the second place you get your hosting skills is this open mic, and I'm cool with the runner. I've hosted it 3 times. I've hosted it 3 times, and it sucks because when you're hosting at a bar. People aren't coming to see comedy. They're going to eat and get drunk and maybe go bar because it's on a street where there's a lot of bars. It's a party street because it's right near the college, and they just go to bar hopping. So they don't want to come to see comedy. And those are so hard to do. And it's like, yeah, well, as a comedian, you should master. It's like, no, my city, everyone's a bunch of drunks, so it's annoying, And I'm also a pussy. Like, at the end of the day, like, I've never claimed to be a tough guy. I'm never like, I'm macho and stuff like that. Like, no. Before it's completely interrupted. What was I talking? Hosting. Yes, I'm a pussy. But yeah, it's the reason I didn't take the job. I'll probably take it. I just said, call me later. That's kind of funny. I got a call for a job on a podcast, and I just ignored it. We have reviewed your resume and tried reaching out to you to extend your opportunity to the interview with our company. You can call me on my direct line. Yeah. Or maybe it was a different one. Whatever. I'll call them right now. But what was I saying? I don't know. I think that's my problem. Like, I complain about shit, and then I turn it down. Like, duh. But what else, man? What else is going on? Where are we at? We're at 21 minutes. 21 minutes. I completely lost my train of thought. I feel like I was in a good flow there. What's been going on? What's been going on in my life? Let me think of some bullshit. I'm trying to find oh yeah, here's one. I'm debating getting a haircut. This just turns into a open mic like, hey, how's it going, everybody? I'll tell you this. I've been debating getting a haircut. But no, seriously, I've been debating getting a haircut. My hair's like super long now, and I kind of like it, but at the same time, I look like a bum, you know? Actually, that's what I want to talk about on this. It's like I want to talk about being young and doing comedy, you know, because it's hard, you know, because like I want to put all my focus into comedy, you know? And, like, the reason, like, I want to get a haircut is because I feel like I look like a fucking emo. I feel like I look like someone who would shoot up a school. And that's one of the reasons. And it's like I want to put all my focus into comedy, but also, since I'm young and I'm full of hormones, I also, like, fucking getting distracted by, like, chicks and stuff like that. And then the jobs and stuff and getting a job. And it's annoying, you know? And then, like, nowadays when you do comedy, there's a lot of shit you have to do. It's not just comedy. You have to have a podcast. You have to be good on TikTok. You have to be good on Instagram. And it's just so much. It's annoying. It's like I can't quit doing comedy now. I mean, I've been doing it for 2 years. I'm going to hit 3 years in next September. In 2024, I'll hit 3 years of doing comedy. And it's like I can't quit now because it's like I'm going to feel like a complete idiot if I just spent 2 years getting called a loser by my parents for nothing. You know, so it's like I have to stick to it. But there's all these distractions now coming into my life, and it's like it's hard to put your focus into one thing. And then, like, you look at these videos, it's like how to keep focus and all this stuff. And there's, like, meditation and all that. And then I'll do meditation, and I can't help but think, like, this is gay. And then you see these videos, like, these guys are too serious. First off, I hate how calm they are in their videos. It always starts with some fucking asshole taking a sip of tea. And I fucking hate tea. I like coffee. And it's like I don't even drink coffee to enjoy it. I drink coffee to get jittered up. You know, like I'll get a Keurig because I have a Keurig, and I'll put the pot in. I'll put extra strength because there's an extra button. I'm not sure if it means extra coffee or extra whatever. I don't know what it does. And I'll drain and I'll drown it in caffeine and creamer. The creamer, what's it called? Coffee Mate. It's cooled creamer, so the coffee's not hot, so I can chug the coffee. And I'll drink like 4 of those, and then I'll go brush my teeth because I don't see the point of brushing your teeth then getting coffee. I like to drink the coffee, wait about 15 minutes so it settles down, brush my teeth, diarrhea because when you do that it gives you diarrhea, and then I'll work out for an hour, and then I don't know what to do the rest of the day. I'll clean. That's basically been my routine. But what was I gonna fucking say? So I'll see these videos of these guys and they're all calm. They keep telling you to keep focused and all that and keep yourself from a busy mind. And then there's just all this dumb stuff. And they'll start quoting all these like ancient fucking philosophers. Like Confucius once said this. And fucking dumb stuff. And like... And it's like, I can't watch these videos. Like, you're trying to teach me how to keep focused. And I'm seeing you. And I'm just like, whatever, dork. And then it's like... And then I look into it. It's like, okay, what are pills to get you focused on? Get you focused. And it's like, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get an Adderall prescription. Because that seems like the best route. It's like, I'm not going to do this whole fucking thing where it's like, I'm going to train my body. I don't want to. You know, also, I just, every time I see those people, they have a big ego and they're so chill. And I hate overly chill people. And that's their whole person. Like, I'm the chill guy. It's like, shut up. Shut up. Die. What's your crazy? There's something crazy about you. I need to know you're crazy. And you're not, I don't like how you're portraying yourself as this fucking all-seeing person. You're putting on a facade and I don't buy it. Maybe I shouldn't go on Adderall. I'm already paranoid already as it is. But, like, maybe if I balance it with, like, Adderall and Xanax, maybe that will be the perfect way for me to... Maybe that's what these people are on. It's not the fucking tea. They're pounding Adderall and Xanax before they make those videos. And that's how they come off as, like, so chill and all that. But I don't know. Like, I'm trying to, like I said, like, I'm trying to change my ways, I guess, and focus more on important things. But, like, I get distracted by all this stupid stuff. And, like, really what I want to do is, again, I just want to get an Adderall prescription so I can write. But I also don't think I should because I have a highly addictive personality. And I hate when people say that now. It's like, I have a highly addictive personality. I cannot stop drinking coffee. It's like, no, that's not. I mean, maybe, but that's gay. That's lame. You're kind of a bitch if that's your addiction. Like, mine's like I think for me, like, I know I have an addictive personality. 'Cause I've gotten to the point where I've gone on, like, benders and I wake up the next day, like, shaking. And then as soon as I I drink a beer or two, I'm like, all right, I'm good. That's addiction. You know, I've been to an AA meeting. It's like, yeah, that's addiction. I can totally relate to them, but I'm trying to. I'm delusional, so I can think maybe I can master it and wait till Friday just to drink. But then I'm more like, all right, I'm just gonna set myself back in these bad habits. Like that's how I lost weight. You know, like I used to be 200 pounds. I think now I weigh like 160, 150. But I used to be 200 pounds back when I was like 14, and basically the way I lost all the weight was I cut out sugar completely. I stopped drinking soda, and I rarely drink soda now. If I have sugar, I'll again, the only time I really have a lot of sugar is when I put that creamer in my coffee, but I work it out. You know what I mean? I try not to eat as much, but but again, I was like through training and stuff like that, and I'm worried that like if I go like this, it's like, and I like the results, I'm not gonna be able to drink anymore. But I want to at least make it to 21, where I can go to a bar and not have to worry about like looking around all paranoid to see if they're gonna ID me. Because I've gotten into several bars where I've been without getting carded, and I've done it because like I have the ability to grow a nice amount of facial hair. A lot of kids my age, they can't grow facial hair for shit, and when they do, it's very thin. It's a mustache. I can grow a full 5 o'clock shadow and look like a retired detective, you know. And I'm blessed to have that ability, you know. And it grows pretty fast too. Like I can get a 5 o'clock shadow in a day. So it's like I don't have a problem getting carded and all that, but I want to make it to 21 where I can at least just go out to these bars, you know, hang out. But I'm worried that it's like, first off, I'm going to spend all my money. And then secondly, it's that like, well, it's just going to become a bad habit. You know, like I'm very fortunate that, okay, like I did cocaine, I want to say a handful of times in my life, but I've never been addicted to it. And I'm very lucky I haven't. Like I've never gone on a coke bender and anything like that. I've done coke every like, okay, not a handful, but I've done it like every now and then, you know, but I've never done it a lot, you know, and I'm very lucky for that. And that's just because like the next day I wake up and I don't get anything done after you do, because when you do coke, you're drinking too, right? When you wake up the next day and you don't have any, you just feel drained. You don't want to leave your bed. You wake up in a puddle of sweat and you don't get anything done. You're not productive and you have this wave of depression, but like physical depression. And that's why I'm like, all right, I can't do this. Even though when you do it, it is fun. Like here's the thing, like when I do it, I'm not even sure if I feel it. And I shouldn't be doing it now because it's like now it's like everything's cut with shit. And you can be like, well, you can test it. And it's like, no, I'm not going to test it. I used to test my drugs by just giving them to my friend and using him as a lab rat. You know, I'd split it in half and I'd give it to him. It's like, here, you take it. And how do you feel? And I would even like, I'd be very smart about it. I wouldn't text him. I'd hang out with this guy every time in high school lunch. And I'd be like, hey, I have this. You want to try it? Cut it in half and give it to him. And then he'll call me, I'd call him and be like, hey, how was it? And he'd be like, oh, yeah, it was good. I'm still on it right now. It's like, how long has it been since you taken it? And he'd be like, about like an hour and a half. It's like, all right, it's cool to take it. He didn't die, you know? Well, I'm really not a good person now that I just admitted that. But I don't do that anymore. So it's like, see, people can change. People can change. And I guess that's the theme of this podcast is that people can change, you know? Hitting my faggot vape. Fuck, I shouldn't have said fuck, I don't care. I'm not calling the vape a faggot because it looks gay to vape. I'm just saying it's called an Air Love, the brand of vape I'm smoking, and I'm sucking on it, and the flavor's blue raz lemon, and it's just instinct when you read that out loud. When you read it, you read the brand, you read the flavor, you puff on it, you can't help but say this is a faggot vape. You know, and you're not trying to be like homophobic or nothing like that. You're just like in just some cases, you just look like, it's like South Park got it so right. They made a whole episode with these bikers, right? and like they're riding around and all, and they're like fags, and it's like, well, are we calling them fags because they're homosexual? No, we're calling them fags. They're just being fags. It's like it's an instinct word to say, right? But now that word's so fucking, I don't know. But I don't know. It's been weird, man. Last week I ran into a couple people from school. There was a comedy show, and there was this late girl who made the speech at my high school graduation, and she was ultra liberal. Like at our high school graduation speech, it wasn't like, may the memories live on and we make more. And I don't know why I turned it to John F. Kennedy, but like it was like one of those. It's not like the typical like best of luck college fucking future shit. No. It was it was a pro-abortion speech. It was a pro-abortion, and this was before, like, they were taking abortions away and all this shit. It was just a random pro-abortion speech. And she would always call me, like, an imbecile back in high school because me and my friends would do stupid shit, like throw trash at each other and stuff. We were dumb, but you didn't have to call us an imbecile. And then she made that dumb speech at her high school graduation. It was post-COVID. Oh, so it was, like, right when they were letting people back in for COVID, you know? Like, it was right when the mask lift. And I just stayed inside for my senior year. I was going to cheat anyway. But, and she does this fucking speech, and I'm sitting with my friend, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? And anyway, I thought I was never going to see this lady again, right? Well, she goes to this comedy show. I don't think she knew there was a comedy show. Is that some fucking hipster artesian? I don't really know what to call the bar, but it's a hipster bar. And I see her there, and luckily it was right after I went on, and I bombed. I bombed so fucking hard. And this was a crazy set, man. Like, this guy, it was a bucket pool show. It was a contest sort of thing, and it was a bucket pool. And this drunk guy pulled my name out, pulled his pants down, and wiped his ass with my name. And I knew it was before he even read the name, because he just pulled it out, didn't read it, shoved it in his ass, and then read it. But I knew it was my name because I was right behind him, and I saw the P and then the Z. The P at the beginning and then the Z at the end, and he read it. And it was my time to go on. And it's like, that was the funniest thing of the night. I can't top that with any kind of joke. You know, like, that's the thing about comedy. It's like, there's like a crazy thing that happens. It will beat any kind of comedy there is. It's like people said comedians are the funniest things ever. Oh, like, are the funniest people ever. No, they're not. The funniest people ever are like crackheads and schizophrenic people. Those are the funniest people in the world. I'm just saying jokes, and this is all organized, right? But that's not. And one of the best parts about comedy is surprise, right? But this is organized surprise. These people are on crack. They didn't even plan on surprising you. They're just fucking doing crazy shit because they're off their fucking rocker, you know? But anyway, so that happens, and I see her, and I honestly had a vendetta. There's part of me was like, I wish I could still go on and just give her shit, but I didn't. I didn't do that, and I was like, whatever, just fucking move on. And then the next day, I actually saw an old friend from high school, too, who I used to work with. And he was a cool guy, man. And it was crazy seeing him. I was just at the mall. I was walking around. I got bored, so I went to the mall. And I saw him. I was like, fucking cool. And then the next day, I hung out with my friend, and we went to open mic, and I bombed because I got too drunk. And really, that's part of, like, it was just surreal. Like, I'm not used to seeing people I know from and I should be, because, like, the high school I went to, I live right next to, and the mall's right next to that. I shouldn't say that. Because no one's listening to this, but, like, I don't know why I get surprised when I see people from my high school, but I just do, and it's crazy. What else, though? What else? Oh, where are we at? 30? I'm going to cut out we're at 34. I think I'm going to cut out the job part. But what else, man? What else has been going on? I'm thinking this vape is going to make me think it's not. I just look fucking gay. I'm in sweatpants, a shirt that's too small, cut ankle socks. I just finished working out, so that's why I'm in my gym wear. I do think it's funny. I don't go to the gym. I work out at home. I don't go to the gym because I'm not patient. You know, like I don't like having people seeing me work out, first off. I don't know why. I just don't like it. And then secondly, like, I hate waiting for someone to finish using the equipment so I can use it, and then I have to wipe it down because most of the time they don't wipe it down, and I don't want to sit in a puddle of their sweat. And I get lazy too because sometimes when I would go to the gym, I wouldn't wipe down the equipment after I used it because it's like I just want to move on to the next thing. It's like it's because, like, here's the reason. If I wipe it down, I have to go get the thing because most of the time you forget to get the cleaning equipment, and then you want to go to the next piece of equipment because it's free. So it's either I go and get the cleaning equipment, I wipe down this thing, which takes about a minute and a half, and then you go to the next place, and it's already been the next gym equipment, but it's already been taken because you missed your spot, and it's annoying. So I wouldn't. It was just a big pain in the ass, and I just stopped going. And, and I feel like when people go to like the gym, they get like the nice equipment to make themselves look good. Like they get gym equipment that's like nice, and I use like hand-me-downs. I just use like old sweatpants that are I wear baggy clothes, and like some of the gym shorts I have, they're my dad's. My dad's a bit on the plus sized. So if I'm doing like reverse crunches, the gym shorts will go down all the way to like drop all the way down to where you can see like my fucking higher thigh pubes, and I just don't want that. So I stopped going because of that. And now I can work out at home, and my high thigh my upper thigh pubes can be free to breeze, free breezing it. But yeah, man, that's why I don't go to the gym no more. And that's like also it's like I have all the equipment at my house. So yeah, I mean I'm fine doing this here. It's like I don't ever plan on bulking up, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's not my thing. I just want to stay like nice and lean. I want to get like a nice like lightweight UFC type fighter body. Maybe like Robert Pattinson's the Batman sort of body. It's like, yeah, that seems realistic, I really want to get what I've been planning on doing is I've been wanting to get a PS5, because ever since the GTA 6 trailer came out like 3 weeks ago, I think now, and that's all I've been thinking about is GTA 6. And I'm not like a fucking gamer or nothing like that, but Grand Theft Auto games Rockstar games are pretty much the only games that I can always play. It's either the Rockstar games or the Batman Arkham games, And ever since I saw that trailer, I want to get a PS5. But my dilemma is that I have the money to buy it, right? The thing is that, first off, I'm worried that when GTA 6 comes out, they're going to release the PlayStation 6, and then it's going to be better for the PlayStation 6. So I'm debating whether I should just wait, but at the same time, I want to play GTA 6 right then when it comes out, and I have a whole year to do it, and that's where I'm like, this is like, it's bothering me. And I found out that Sony doesn't plan to release a PlayStation until 2027, I believe, and Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out in 2025. So that gives me 2 years, but then by the time I'm pretty sure it's going to look way better on the PlayStation 6 because they did that with GTA 5. So that's the fucking dilemma I'm in, and I think it's a pretty good reason to be like paranoid on what to buy, Or they'll make a PlayStation Pro, and it might just be better on that 5 Pro, I'm not gonna get an Xbox. Like I want to play Spider-Man 2. I used to have an Xbox One, and then it short circuited, so I don't have that no more. But I don't really know what. Should I end this? I should take a shower. What are we at? We're at 3. Let's hit 40. Fuck it. We'll hit 40 minutes and then we'll end this. What else is going on? Now I'm just gonna pace in my room like I am doing stand up. Let's see. I already covered girl problems. Ranted. I said the word faggot. Talked about alcoholism. I took a job interview. Not a job thing, but I got called in for a job and I declined that like an idiot. Talked about being unemployed. Oh, what else is going on? I need to start reading more. I think that's what my New Year's goal is. It's like it's not New Year's yet, but I need to set a resolution. I guess I have 2. I just like cut back on the drinking, which I don't think I'm gonna do. Just cut back, like not quit, just cut back a lot, and then maybe read more. I do need to read more. I always like. So I have a bunch of books, and like I usually start a book and I'll get to the 5th chapter and I'll never finish it. The last book I finished was a Charles Bukowski. It was like a collection of poems, and then after that I just never finished another book ever. I also plan on rearranging my room soon. It's starting to bother me how it is. The only reason where I have my bed where it's at so I can watch TV, but like I don't have a proper headrest, so like my pillow is kind of like leans against the edge of my desk, and like. I think I have scoliosis, and I think that just made it worse. Like, my back looks like half a swastika. But, yeah. I honestly, the real reason, I want to plan on stopping drinking, like, right now is because, like, the other day, I was at the comedy club, and we're going to hang out. I was going to hang out with the headliner. We're going to go to these bars across the street. But there was recently a shooting a couple months there, so they upped the security. And the security is now basically a fucking private militia. It's these guys with fucking machine guns This is Texas, by the way, so it's not like a surprise. It's these guys with machine guns, bulletproof vests, and it says security, and they're just there to check ID, really. And it's like, I'm not gonna bother. Like, I can't fool these guys. You know, they're not. They seem very like they'll just shoot me in the fucking head if I give them a fake ID. And then I was like, you know, is this even really worth it? Like, the last couple of months, I think in the comedy scene, I've just been seen as this like young alcoholic. I don't want that to be like a shtick in my comedy. I don't want to be like I don't want to be known as like a drinker comedian. You know, don't get me wrong. Some of my favorite comedians are drinker comedians, like Doug Stanhope, and I like Bert Kreischer too, and Ron White. But I don't want that to be part of my shtick where it's just drinking and smoking. I don't want to be the party guy because I'm not really a party guy. Even when I go to clubs and stuff like that, I kind of just sit at the bar and drink like a fucking redneck. You know, like everyone's listening to fucking Cardi B, and then in my head I'm listening to the fucking old fucking trumpet jazz, you know? So it's like, yeah, like, I'm not really a party guy either, so I don't really want that to be a part of my fucking thing. But yeah, it's just fucking like that was, so when that happened, I saw that, and I saw this like fucking militia. I was like, I'm not getting in. So I see everybody else go in the bar, and I'm like, I'm just a fucking burden to these older people, because I thought for a while like hanging out with older people makes me feel cool, and it really doesn't. It really all it has done is just disassociate me from like people my age. It makes it hard for me to communicate with somebody my age, because I've been hanging out with people in their like 30s and their like mid 20s, hell, even in their 40s lately. Like the last 2 years, that's all it's been. And it's like every time I talk to like people my age, I guess get so fucking bored with them. And you sound like an asshole. It's like, and that's another thing I hate about like comedy comedians. It's like, yeah, you talk to normal people and you just find them so boring. It's like, yeah, because the normal person's not doing cocaine on a Wednesday, fucking someone behind a fucking like a Applebee's waitress behind a dumpster at 4 a.m. The average person's asleep, you know, and like you see that. And I'll talk to the average person. It's like, yeah, I find them boring too, but it's like, I don't want to. I want to find these people interesting. And the fact is that that's ruined most of my relationships with like friends I've had in high school. And that's why I don't talk to people now. Because it's like, I see them. It's just like, you bore me. You bore me. And it's like, I don't want that. Because then I just seem like an asshole when I say that. But then you talk to comedians like, no, you're just not like them. It's like, no, like, they're not addicts like I am. I shouldn't be an alcoholic at 20, you know? Like, and then that's where I find myself like coming into like depression and shit like that. It's like I just can't talk to people my age, you know. And it's like, and then you talk to older people, and they can't really relate to me either because the way they grew up was just so different from the way my generation went, you know. Because like my generation had the pandemic, we had the Zoom era and all that. I don't want to be one of these people like we had it pretty rough. We did it. The Zoom era was pretty chill. It was pretty chill. Like I was a really bad student in high school, not bad, but I was like a DC student, and the pandemic made me an A/B student because I just fucking cheated. So I'm kind of grateful for it. You know, no one I know died from COVID, and so it's like I didn't really have a bad time with that. But it's just like I can't really relate to older people because like the way they grew up, they didn't have that. You know, they had normal high school fucking lives. They didn't really have to grow up in the Instagram era or the social media era of like growing up. You know, they had MySpace, but that's about it. Maybe Facebook, but it's not how it is now where it's hyper, where it's all fucking hyper, it's on the rails, you know what I mean? And then, like, now I'll talk to people my age because, like, I try to stay away from that too. And it's just like, I can't relate, you know? And then I start thinking, like, maybe I'm autistic because I can't really talk to either group of people. And it's like, nah, you're just a comedian. And it's like, no, I'm not a comedian. It's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's gay. But maybe I'll leave this podcast off on a higher note because I'm about to end it. No, wait. Where are we? Oh, shit. We hit 44. Okay, let's end it on an even 45. Even 45. So let's see. When should I edit? I'm just going to end it right now. This has been an honest conversation. I'm Paul Ramirez. Go Israel. Go Palestine. Kanye West is the best. America #1.